Hi guys, Karen here with another video, and this is one that I'm really excited to do. This video was on request um, from a new homeowner, well I think soon to be homeowner, and so I was like happy to fulfill it simply because I thought, oh my goodness, this gives me an opportunity to go through kitchen inventory and really think about all of the things that I think are essential items that everyone should have in the kitchen. At least a basic kitchen on an easy budget if you're on a budget. And so congratulations on the new homes to everyone, and thank you for including me in your process. That is so sweet. And yeah, so I'm not going to keep you guys that long, although I do realize that, and I chose 19. Well, I got 19 items because those were 19 essential items that I could actually think of that if I were to walk into any kitchen at any time, if I were a new homeowner or moving and just moved into a home or an apartment or what have you, these are the things that I would need. And considering the fact that we have moved countless times and had, lost things, had to repurchase things, this is so much fun for me because every time we moved, I had to come up with the list to make sure that we didn't lose anything, and if we did, what items had to be replaced right away so that I could get started cooking. Okay, so let's get into enough rambling. That was a minute and 59 seconds. Anyway, so top 19 essential items that any home chef would need. Number one, I think any home chef would need some really great pots and pans. Now you know where I'm going to go with this. I really think if I had to invest from the beginning till now, I would have invested in some, you guessed it, cast iron. So I'm going to be adding pictures too. I'm trying not to add so many pictures, so I won't add a picture for every item, but I'm going to throw them in every now and again. But so if you look at Lodge cast iron, they have a good Dutch oven. They have 2 large skillets, and then they even have, I think, a crepe pan. And to that you can add like some stainless steel, or you can continue with your cast iron, enamel coated cast iron. But Lodge has a really good starter pack, and as you can see, it's $99 to get just your basic items for a kitchen. And the reason why I put the cast iron down is because you don't have to replace it. That's the beauty of it. You will rarely have to replace those pots. So you're starting out with some really good pots and pans, and then you can continue to add to it as you go on. But essential for any kitchen. Number 2, I think a great stock pot. This is for, obvious reasons. Stock, for making your own stock, for cooking different types of pasta, a good stock pot, or even canning fruits, veggies. This is a great investment. Number 3 would be wooden spoons, as well as some silicone spatulas. You can pick these up just about any place. I think for the wooden spoons, the reason why I use the wooden spoons and the silicone is so you're not damaging your pots and pans, and they're so much easier to work with. And they're cost effective, so you can pay, the price range is wide in terms of how much you want to pay for wooden spoons and spatulas, or if you want to go all out with your silicone set. There's so many companies that sell them now. So you have, I'm going to leave an example, but you have so much to choose. Number 4, organizational jars. I like wax jars primarily because they are just amazing. You can get them in all shapes and sizes to fit your cabinets or open shelving. Because if you have open shelving, the wax jars are going to look beautiful there. Whether they're inside cabinets or open shelving, they'll look beautiful anyway. Or you can just use regular mason jars. Or I have a higher end brand that you can see on the screen as well if you'd like to check that out, because they have specific jars for like tall pastas and that sort of thing. It's a food processor. So number 5 and 6, you need a food processor and a blender. When you're cooking, I think the food processor comes in handy when you're breaking down herbs, spices, or breaking down your vegetables, making sauces and that sort of thing. And you need that blender, of course, for the same thing, except it's able to get it to more of a creamier consistency if you need that. So I think both of those are must-haves in your kitchen. As you can see, I didn't add a picture for those because you can get those almost anywhere. I think wooden cutting board. Feel free to purchase whatever you like. I just think wooden cutting boards are the absolute best. And they're easy. I mean, well, you can take really good care of them. Yeah, and I have a video about how you condition your wood every so often. So yeah, check that out. And then the next one is number 8 is a great set of knives. Once again, and if you can't walk in your new home or new apartment or home that's new to you with a new set of knives, get a great knife sharpener. I think Le Creuset has one for $14, but I'm almost certain you can find them at any big box store for probably cheaper than that. So that's one thing that I would say. So if you can't get a really good knife set, then just get a really great knife sharpener. Number 9, mixing bowls. Now, if you've seen my videos, you know I love mixing bowls. Pottery, ones that are more the pottery aesthetic, and then you have the silver bowls. I think you need both because they all are good for different things, and the price points aren't that bad. So I've put a few examples there. Check those out. But one of my favorite places is Crate and Barrel, because they have a vast array of things to choose from, and the prices are fairly reasonable. Target is also another place that you can go to get really great the really large mixing stainless steel mixing bowl sets that nest into each other for probably about 20 bucks. So just check those. Next, number 10 would be measuring utensils. You need that cup measurer, you need those teaspoon measurers, but I will say this, when it comes to the measuring spoons, I would suggest getting the measuring spoons that look kind of like a rectangular shape, because when you have those seasoning bottles, especially like the little McCormick ones or the ones you get from Whole Foods, the rectangular one can go right into the bottle, as opposed to the ones that are circular that, you know, they butt heads a little bit and you have to pour it out onto the spoon. Just saying, just a tip, FYI. Number 11 would be a hand mixer. Yes, yes, yes. Otherwise, it's your arm. Been there, and I've done that too. And I still do it every so often. But I do think if you can walk into that kitchen with a great hand mixer, you know, no matter where you get it from, whether it's Walmart, Target, they're everywhere. And I think the cheapest price that I've seen is like $6.95. So number 12 would be a tea kettle, for obvious reasons. Tea kettle all time, and a coffee maker. I personally don't drink coffee, but if you're going to use the coffee grounds for your garden, then definitely you can get a really inexpensive coffee maker for that. But I think a coffee maker is a really great item to have in the kitchen, especially if you drink it. And a mortar and pestle. If you're a person who uses a lot of fresh herbs, then this is something that you really want to have in your arsenal, because it's going to come in handy all the time. You're going to use it quite often. I'm at 11 minutes already. Okay. And the last, I'll just go ahead and give you the rundown of the last, because I'm really trying to stay on task here. So you want to get towels, the kitchen towels. Like I said, if you make bread or, for drying counters, drying your dishes or whatnot, but making bread, I thought about this because you use those tea towels to put over the bowls and cover those things while the dough is rising. So that's just another one. Great silverware. You can get that anywhere. Plates and bowls. I like Crate and Barrel for this because you can mix and match. You can pick up what you need and pay per plate if you like. But then again, you can get a really great plate and bowl set anywhere. And you always need those mitts and oven gloves, which is not going to break the bank at all. And then last but not least, baking dishes. At least just two, and I'm going to leave an example of those. But you can get a good set of baking dishes from anywhere. I prefer the pottery baking dishes. I find them a little bit easier to clean, but then there's always the glass. You can always get the stainless steel ones. But at any rate, I hope that you found this video helpful. I know it was an odd number of 19, but I didn't want to put things out that I thought were kind of like, you don't really need that if you're just walking in the door to your kitchen that's new to you, or brand new kitchen or whatnot. But these are just wonderful items that I think that every kitchen should have. Just basic, and you can you can add to it, you can take away from it, but you yourself know what you'll need in your kitchen. And I'm so glad that someone thought that I would share, some great tips, because I do love the kitchen. And so I hope you found this video helpful. I hope there weren't too many pictures. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!